My inner girl is knocking on the door and wants out. I'm struggling with this. And I haven't dressed in years. And my wife was away, and then I said, just to myself, one last glorious time. I started to prepare. What dress? What purse? Am I wearing black? Am I wearing gold? What shoes? I go to the wig lady, and she says, do you want to be a woman? And the answer was yes. That was the very first time I admitted it. Yes. And it's New Year's Eve, going into 2010. I went to the Nevermore in New Hope. It was Cinderella. That night was just so wonderful, dancing, and you didn't want it to stop. And then I lost everything. Family members would just not talk to me anymore. And when I did transition in 2010, I would eventually lose my house. I lost my job. I lost my wife. She found out because the gold purse. I had forgotten what I did with it, and she found it. She said, do you want to be a woman? And I said, yes. So she felt she couldn't stay with me anymore, and I miss her terribly. I had to give up my future, so I had gone through seminary, and I was serving a church. I knew that I would have to resign as pastor of that particular church. But there's a point where we can no longer put one foot in front of the other without beginning our emergence of who we really are. December of 1959, I had just turned 5 years old. We were having our Christmas party, and in walks Beth in this beautiful white chiffon dress. She had this gossamer blonde hair and this kind of porcelain white skin. And right then and there, I knew that I was in the wrong clothes. I didn't tell my parents because I just felt like I would get beaten. Looking back on it, what exactly would you say? What comes out of your mouth after you say, I want to be a girl? There's a picture of me, and I'm sitting on the beach on my haunches, right? And I feel like I left that little boy on the beach, that I did not pay attention to that little boy on the beach. Listen to me. There's a girl in here, and she wants out. She wants out. I went with the conventional wisdom. I said, no. There was a time in the 80s where I almost came out. You get a small wardrobe of clothing, and when I put on the nylons and the heels, it's liberating. It's almost euphoric. My faith at the time told me, no, you can't do this, this is wrong. And the fear is very basic. Who's going to hire you? How are you going to put a roof over your head? How do you tell your parents? You don't want to disturb the status quo. You don't want to rock the boat. So for me to make my way through the world, I need to man up, and you shine your shoes, you put your coat and tie on, and you do what you need to do. But yet every single night I go to bed, you pray, you dream, and she's knocking on that door saying, I want out. I want out. The fall of 2009, I'm there with my cup of coffee on an ordinary morning, and God bursts in and said, the only person you're lying to is yourself. I already know who you are, so why are you trying to earn your righteousness by being something that you're not? What I felt was just pure relief. I don't have to be stuck in a box anymore. I don't have to be somebody I'm not so that I can make other people happy. There comes a time when you need to stop denying, stop being passive, stop stuffing it. And yeah, you got to go through some dark nights. But I finally felt empowered, and this is who I am.